So we're gonna go home. So web search, choose content one, your home screen. We're gonna keep that on actually. Recommend by Pocket. So we're gonna turn that off. That's Pockets work with data. Anything that uses recommendations usually has to do with data. So if it recommends you something, it's because you search up, for example, dog toys, or if your browser is using your mic and you ever wondered if you spoke about something and then you saw advertisement about it, is because they're listening to your microphone, and then that's some form of data that they're using, marketing data that they're selling. So I don't think Mozilla or Firefox does that, but for I know for a fact Google does that because it's constantly sending back and forth information. So what we're gonna go do next is go on search. I have it as DuckDuckGo because all these other options don't seem that good. Brave search, I would use it on Brave. I know DuckDuckGo isn't as good as Google, but it's more safer, more secure. DuckDuckGo has had an instance where apparently they have sold some data, but other than that, I don't think you could trust Google for that. If you want to keep your data a little bit more secure, I suggest DuckDuckGo. So search suggestions, of course, anything suggested or recommended, more likely you want to turn that off. So after that, we're gonna go on privacy. So of course you could turn on strict, but that could mess up a couple of websites. As you can see, the stronger protection, but may cause some sites to or content to break because it does the exact same thing. So it doesn't look like there's any actual difference to it. I think this one might block a couple websites or pop ups or any ads that you might accidentally click on. But other than that, standard should work perfectly fine just for regular browsing. So, websites privacy preferences is tell websites not to sell or share my data, and then send websites they do not track requests. So as in for cookies and site data, which is where your information is mainly stored, what websites you search into is could be stored in these cookies and site data. So we're gonna click delete cookies on site data when Firefox is closed. That's how I have it. Then passwords, you're gonna want to uncheck this. Ask to save passwords, no, because if you save your passwords, then it's on your browser, so it's easy, more accessible for a hacker to be able to get your password. So we're gonna uncheck that. You don't want to save your passwords onto the browser. You would rather want to save it onto a password manager. I know Proton has a free password manager. I heard they're extremely reliable. They're mainly for, from what I've seen, VPN, but they're making a variety of secure products for people to use. They have Proton Drive, they have Proton Pass, and Proton Calendar. So they're expanding their variety of services. So use a primary password for no, save and fail, no, uncheck these. History, always use private browsing mode. I have it as that, so it automatically, I think, turns off all of these bad settings that could leak some information. And then here we are in address bar. So for address bar, I have browsing and history off, suggestion from the web off, suggestion from sponsors off, and then we're gonna go down, and then for location I have that as block new requests, because this is useful for order like peop like just regular people surfing the web and they want to find, like, for example, if you have a dog, like dog food, nearest dog food. So this is good, but I don't like any location, anything having to do with location. So we blocked that. Camera, you could put block new request. I don't have a camera, but I just put it. Microphone, sometimes I use it, so I keep it on. So block pop up windows. These should automatically be set to check mark. Then we're gonna go to Firefox data collection. So I took for mine, they're unchecked marked. Then we're gonna go to security, deceptive content, and dangerous software protection. Keep these checked marked. These are extremely good. Certificates, extremely good. Allow Firefox to automatically trust third-party root certificates you install. If you don't know what you're doing, then don't do whatever the fuck this is telling you to do. For HTTPS only mode, I keep it on HTTPS only mode in all windows. You could have it on off, but HTTPS is better than HTTP because HTTP is extremely old, and I heard it has a lot of vulnerabilities. So HTTPS is better. You could keep it on this, the second option, HTTPS only mode in private window, but I prefer to keep it more secure. So HTTPS only mode is in all windows is what I use. So we're gonna scroll down. If you know how to use this, I suggest it because it seems better than a VPN or a fucking proxy. It basically looks like it does the same thing. And then for protection, I have it default protection. And then that looks pretty much it. Also, I do not sign in to any of these, whatever they are, like this. I don't sign into this. I don't sign in to sync or anything. That's just giving away information, which is extremely good for a hacker. Then I'm going to show you another setting which I have not seen another person show on their video. So this is going to be extremely useful for you. I'm going to show you guys why and how it's useful. So what you're going to want to do is go on to the search setting. Make sure you're using Firefox. You're going to search up about. Then I don't know what this is called. I think they're like colons or some shit. About config, and then it's gonna say proceed with caution. Changing advanced configuration preferences can impact Firefox performance or security. So you're gonna want to make sure you don't want to change too many settings, but this is the setting that I use. So you're gonna type in general user agent is right there already. The override. So general user agent override. And then you're going to want to click on string and then the plus sign. And then here is where you get change your user agent. And what a user agent is basically whenever you click on a website, they could see what type of device you're on and what type of browser you're on. So Firefox allows you to change this with this setting. So the way I find my user agent settings is I go to here, I go on extensions, and the reason why I don't want to use their extension to change my user agent is because I don't trust the extensions because they're made by companies which could leak some data, or they could even sell your data or put some other malware or whatever crypto mining thing onto it if you don't trust it or research any of these extensions. So what we're gonna do is search up user agent switcher, and then I like having this one, so we're gonna download that. Okay, so if you had those settings and then you need to download this, make sure you check mark allow the extension to run in private windows if you have the setting, or else it's not gonna let you click on it. But this is why I like it. So here's what I was talking about. So we have a different variety of browsers that we could choose. So we got Internet Explorer, Safari, Chrome, Firefox, etc. We're using Firefox, so we're not gonna want to choose that. We could choose Chrome, and then we're gonna put Mac OS. So whenever we click on a website, the website, or for example, IP grabber is gonna think that you're on a Mac. So the more little information you could give them, the better. Or even false information is better, because then they're gonna be like, oh, he's this and that or whatever. So you're gonna click here, Mac OS, Chrome, or you could choose whatever. Also, I'm just gonna give a heads up. For example, if you choose Xbox, it could mess up your YouTube or like other sites. Some sites won't work if you choose a specific like OS. So like if you use Android or iOS and you want to go to a desktop website, is gonna change it to a mobile website, which is gonna mess it up. So I'm gonna just use Mac OS and then with Chrome. So we could choose out of 1 through 5. I'm gonna choose 9, and then here it has the user agent. So this is how I get mine. This is the most simplest way because I don't know how to search up user agents. So this is the extension I get it from. So I'm gonna copy that, and then we're gonna go back here, not there. We're gonna go here, general user agent override, and paste that there, and then we're gonna check mark it. And now when we're gonna want to uninstall this, remove extension. I didn't do any research on this, so that's why I don't want to continue using it, and that's why I prefer to use it without an extension, because you don't know who owns that extension. Like, say for example, it's a hacker that wants to steal data or information, even though that extension is supposed to be suppressing or even faking information. So we're gonna go here and search up user. What is my user agent? So see right here, this is what I'm talking. Your user talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Your user agent is Mozilla 5.0, but it's Macintosh, Intel Mac OS 10. Then we go down, it says we're using Chrome. So this is what our browser is telling us, even though we're on Firefox. So if we, for example, were to, I'm not going to show this website because I'm not too sure how it works, but for example, if we were to accidentally click onto a IP grabber or a IP logger, then the hacker would receive a fake, and of course hopefully you're using a VPN to hide your IP, because the more information you give out, the worse it is, because then they could find out more about you. That's how hackers work. The more information you get, the more they could take from you. So we're gonna make a IP grabber, pretend it's a hacker. Then we're gonna, one second, go here. We're gonna check. So we got the IP. It says right here, it says it could be using a VPN or proxy, but here's what matters is browser. It's using Chrome, which we're using Firefox, if you remember. Oops. We're not using that. It says operating system. Before it said we were on Windows, and then the device is Apple. So it gives all this fake information. So the less information they have, the more better. Browse. That's how I set up my browser to be more secure.